A single stablecoin now functions as the load-bearing beam of the entire crypto market. Traders rely on it without thinking. Exchanges route liquidity through it by default. This isn't preference, it's dependency. USDT became the dollar layer of crypto by moving faster, integrating deeper, and ignoring the constraints that slow everyone else down. A private company ended up running a global settlement engine because no bank, institution, or government could match the speed or reach required by 24/7 markets. Welcome to Plugged In Crypto, where we break down ideas, charts, and news. USDT isn't chosen, it's inherited. Exchanges build their internal liquidity systems around the token with the most existing flow. Market makers settle across fragmented venues using whatever rail carries the least friction. Every time USDT supply expands, the entire market gains breathing room. Every time it tightens, liquidity fractures. The system bends around it. Issuance and redemption define the power. Large players wire dollars to Tether. New USDT appears. They redeem. It disappears. Retail never touches that layer. They only trade the supply already in circulation. This produces a two-tier system. Primary markets that govern creation and destruction. Secondary markets that depend on whatever exists. Peg stability isn't sentiment, it's arbitrage executed by institutional actors operating above the retail layer. Opacity is the structural tension. Tether holds short-term government bills, cash, and yield-generating instruments. Audits exist but lack full granularity. The market accepts this because the alternative, friction, delay, regulatory constraint, costs more than the risk. Markets don't revolt because USDT delivers instant settlement where banks fail. Incentives reward familiarity. The network expands because it already expanded. But the monopoly is being challenged. USDC shows the inverse model. Full visibility reserves, frequent attestations, regulatory alignment, opacity removed, control added, addresses can be frozen, flows can be restricted. This doesn't make USDC universally safer. It makes it predictable for institutions and constrained for everyone else. Then CBDCs introduce the sovereign version, not private, not neutral, designed for traceability and policy enforcement. They represent money as state infrastructure rather than market infrastructure. The battlefield is direct. Three systems competing to become the digital dollar of the internet. USDT shaped by speed and reach. USDC shaped by compliance and institutional trust. CBDCs shaped by sovereignty and political power. Each carries different incentives. The outcome defines who controls global settlement inside and outside traditional finance. A liquidity shock would be mechanical, not dramatic. Order books thin, spreads widen, bridges desynchronize. The system stays online but stops functioning. That fragility is why this war matters. Stablecoins aren't just assets, they're operating systems. They dictate liquidity movement, transaction permission, and rail dominance. The system is evolving into a governance contest. Private networks, regulated institutions, and sovereign states all competing to define the default dollar of the digital world. USDT proved that speed wins in the short term. But as governments wake up, the future won't be about speed. It will be about survival. It sets the stage for the next chapter, the stablecoin war, USDT versus USDC versus CBDCs, and how the monetary layer is built. Subscribe to stay plugged in.